The only problem we have so far is that the KIMS kit are extremely too slow, and that the IEBC seems not to have put alternative mechanisms in place. Because you see, the KIMS kit is meant to identify people from the IEBC's register, and the expectation is that where somebody has a rough fingerprints or something where you can't identify, you use an alternative mechanism, because I expect the printed copy of the register, which by law under the Election Act 69, people are required to cancel the marked copy register, and that is what counts as a voter turnout. So the KIMS kit are too slow in the identification, and where it is impossible because of the roughness of the fingerprint or whatever reason, it's impossible to identify somebody. What is happening is that they're telling people, no, you can't vote. So it is an unfortunate situation. That is the area of concern so far. I know there are areas that have delayed in starting this process. Areas like Honorable Khalif Girls have started at about 8:20 somewhere there, because of the same problem, because of the KIMS kit. I was also told of areas where there were votes when the KIMS kits were opened, because when they opened in the morning, they're supposed to read 0, meaning that nobody has voted. But unfortunately, there are places like Adibohol, I'm told there are 3, 4, 5 people who are already in the system. You see, who have not been given ballot papers, that the SD card, when they were opened, they were already showing that there are votes that were casted. These are the things we are hearing from our agents all over the constituency.
Yesterday, the chairman of IEBC addressed the media and said they have came with the mechanisms, because this pastoral community, they have moved to bring a mobile polling station around the border of Wajir, Isiolo, and also. So is that still in function, or?
That is illegal in law. They can't have a moving polling station, isn't it? Polling stations are predetermined places. And in fact, I have not known if he had said that. But if he said that, he's up to something. Yeah, he's up to something else. Because we have strictly 75 polling stations whose polling areas is determined and known. The expectation is that I know there is drought. I know people will not come out. I don't expect people to move around. Because how do you move around with a KIMS kit? Say, come and vote to people who are moving on the streets.
We were well prepared. Our agents were already at the polling stations by 4 this morning. Unfortunately, in some polling stations like Shant Abak and Lagbol Primary School, our agents were locked out, and we had to call the returning officer for them to be allowed to come in. We also hearing, I'm getting calls from my agents in Hadado. They're being intimidated by partisan presiding officers. I've raised the issue with the returning officer. So far, I'm happy with the way returning officer is addressing our issues. But we feel that some of those polling stations where my agents were locked out and were allowed in 30 minutes later, we are having issues with that, and we are not happy. I'm going to Hadar right now to see how my agents are being how the voting is going on. The kids are working, but we have a problem with the kids at Lagbogol Secondary. So far, up to now, the voting has not started. And also, we have a problem with the kids. I'm getting information that at Honorable Khalif Secondary School in Griftu, the kids are also not working. We are in constant communication with the returning officer. So far, so good, but with only those few issues that we have, and they are being addressed by the returning officer. But what we are calling upon the returning officer to make sure that these presiding officers who are partisan, especially in Hadado, should be called out and told to follow the law.